We're almost getting an interesting vocabulary lesson on the subject of dieting, and so we're going to check in with Sandy Goldberg now on Food for Thought. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Kim.
Intrigued.
Intrigued, as was I, and good morning to all of you. You know, a term I never heard before, fatorexia. And I have to tell you that initially I thought it was some sort of a bad joke, since the obvious association relates to body size. Joke. I mean, you know, for those of us that have had issues with our weight, you know, like myself, the word fat itself has a very, very negative connotation. But what interested me was the term itself, fatorexia, which seems to imply an eating disorder. Think anorexia or orthorexia. So what is it? And this is what I found so interesting. It's a distorted self-image. Instead of perceiving oneself as being fat, which is what anorexia is, fatorexics, on the other hand, conceive of themselves or perceive of themselves as being thin. In fact, one of the articles that I read calls it an unknown disorder. Now, there's a book written by a British businesswoman, Sara, and she examines the phenomenon, you know, and the book is called Fatorexia, What Do You See When You Look in the Mirror? And get this, Bird was shocked to discover that she was overweight. And this is a quote, at 5'10" and 238 pounds, it may be hard to believe, but Bird said, when I looked in the mirror, I saw a confident, thin woman, when in fact I was obese. And she had developed, you know, what the author of the article that I was reading called an magician's menu of optical illusions. Now, these include in it, and did you or have you ever tried any of these? Elastic waistbands. Oh my, how they stretch. Hand mirrors only, to see only a perfectly made-up face. Ornate jewelry. Chafing, to combat chafing instead of getting on the scale. Now, do any of these sound familiar? You know, well, I have to tell you, it sure brought back memories to me.
You know, and what is this? Is this just like a mind game about sort of fooling yourself? Your mind playing tricks on yourself? I don't...
Well, you know, it's more than that, really. If you think about society today and you think about sizing, I mean, all the vanity sizing is an example. The clothes are just so generously cut. And a manufacturer that I know of sizes clothes not 8, 10, 12, 15, whatever, but 1 or 2. Now, you know, and that is really something that we don't think about that much. It's just sort of a, you know, it exists in the world today.